Hey guys, this is John.
And Austin.
And this is another episode of the Meatgistics podcast brought to you by Waltons. We've got a ton of food up here today. Let's just start eating and talking about it as we go. Number one, goodness. I saw this at the store and decided that we needed to try some. Go ahead and have a piece. I'll talk while you eat well, or you talk while I eat.
I'd like to eat while you talk, and then while you talk, I eat.
Did I say it backwards or something?
I know I said eat twice for me. That's all I care
Whichever way. This is jamon serrano, which is slow-cured ham crafted in the Pyrenees Mountains of Spain. We've tried some of this stuff before. I think we had a chorizo from it once, and we weren't absolutely in love with it. This is a prosciutto, so I'm really interested. Ooh, I don't like the texture. No, does it have... It almost feels like it's got that sandy feel to it that sometimes does it not have it. If it doesn't have it, I'm sure I'll love it then.
I don't get it. Yes, it has that kind of a weird texture to it, but that I love that. That the last prosciutto I had, and I actually think I might have some in my fridge right now. Being like on a high protein diet, I just, especially like when you're not. I'm sorry, I'll get back to that, but I'm sidetracking too far. The last prosciutto I had was too wet.
Okay,
like this is drier. This is the texture consistency I like out of prosciutto.
Okay, so yes. However, look at this piece I have right here. You can almost see little, what looks like sand granules in it.
Just salt.
So yeah, but that's salt that didn't properly get dissolved. So it's a defect, and I get it in a lot of the cheap prosciutto I buy, and it drives me nuts when I get that. So when I get a package without it, I'm very happy. I thought this was going to have it, but it didn't. Taste is phenomenal.
Yeah, taste is great. Texture's great. I don't mind the little sandy salt particles, but you're hitting your mute button. I'm like, what are you doing over there? But
how is that possible that you don't mind chewing sand? If there's one thing that just, oh my God.
The second it hits your mouth and there's moisture, it's going to dissolve.
Not that stuff I'm talking about, at least, and definitely not sand. Sand does not dissolve.
Well, not sand, but it's sandy. It's just, but what's on there is just salt.
You've never eaten a sandwich before that had a little bit of sand on it?
No.
Oh.
Well,
you're in Kansas. Well, we'd go to the beach and things.
Okay.
So, I think I heard someone's stomach growl up there, oddly enough.
I don't think it was mine.
Is anyone particularly hungry right now?
I mean,
I don't think so.
I'm always hungry, and there's food in front of me, so I'm going to be extra hungry.
I'm starving. I've been trying to make sure I don't eat too much on podcast days.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I've eaten a ridiculous amount today because of all this sausage. All right, so other things we have for you up here are some hot links that I made. We've got a how to make hot links video coming out.
Notice the slicing technique, folks. That is not just any old straight down slice. There's angles.
Notice what I've done here.
What is the thing with hot links? Like that is a thing for hot links, is cut them kind of sideways.
Yep.
Like why? Is it because? Just because?
Here's what I actually think it is. I think it's because a lot of times they're made with curved casings and they don't want to have those end pieces. So instead they just do it like this so you get more.
See, this is how misinformation spreads right here.
Someone just comes up with something.
We're not sure.
We're definitely not sure.
Sounds good enough. And we're like, yeah, let's roll with it.
All right.
Yeah.
So in front of us, we have a bunch of different of the grannies.
Are we supposed to dip these?
We're supposed to dip.
Oh, okay.
We have a bunch of the different of the grannies mustards. And from left to right, I believe the first one is hickory. So go ahead and dip some of that in there.
So that's officially what they're called?
Granny's mustards?
Granny's mustard.
Granny's mustard, yep.
Okay. And they're all shaped like bears, like there's honey in them or something. Is that you have to sell honey with, you can only sell it in the shape of a bear, correct, right?
I've seen ones that are just the round things now. I actually see bears less.
Less bears.
Less bears. Now, we'll get a close-up of it later, but the eyes of some of these are very different. Like, hickory looks angry. And I think it's jalapeno, or one of them looks like very surprised.
They look like soldiers.
That's weird.
Right?
Do they do that on purpose?
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't know they gave them
but
eyes and a little nose.
Look at that one. Honey Mustard is scared of something, and Hickory is coming for you. Like, he is mad about, you stole some money from that bear, and he's coming to get it.
Well, I think you chose him as second, or was that your favorite, right?
It's in between, well, we'll talk about it later.
Oh,
that's
way
interesting.
well-kept secret.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to ask the vendor on this. What's
I think
the
it's
deal?
just how much
random
little black dots got on their eyes. and the ones with more black look angry, and the ones that have the smaller dots look like
It's
they're
a
shocked.
it's a local customer. It looks small batch. I think it's done with intent.
Okay.
That's what I'm going
All
with.
right, we'll figure it out. All right, next one is the Chipotle.
It's almost like you have to name each bottle now, right? No, they each have a personality. They're not just. Do you like that one? I see you pointing.
I saw that you got some on that. Austin's a messy eater.
No.
I would be right there with him. I told John I can't do the mustard. I just do not like mustard. So
I don't understand that, but
if
okay.
if we have a ketchup thing, sure, but
There's fancy ketchup stinks.
like
Like,
smells
It's
bad.
just all bad.
Oh, it's
I've
terrible.
never had a fancy ketchup. I'm like, oh, it's great. There's a million different mustards, and most of them are good.
I don't trust you because you didn't like the dill pickle mustard or dill pickle ketchup the other
It's
day.
not good.
By the
That
way,
was delicious.
Second Walton in 5 minutes to say, John, I don't trust you.
That is accurate. That is accurate.
Keeping score.
All right, the next one is. Do you remember what this was?
Horseradish?
should-
Honey
It is
mustard.
horseradish. Nope,
Ta-
that's horseradish.
Take a lap up front and see if you get hit for the cycle.
It's not horseradishy enough. That needs to have a harder hit of horseradish. That's good.
That
Harder
is
hit of
very good.
horseradish.
But I want some burn.
Like a wasabi.
Mhm.
He said, as soon as I said that, it hit the back of my throat.
Hard hitting horseradish, eh?
It's delicious though.
Okay, I take it back. The last time I did this, I said that was not horseradishy enough. That's fairly horseradishy. All right, I believe from texture, this next one, yeah. Oh, we were wrong.
No, you
No,
mixed,
you
you
mixed
mixed
them
them
up.
up. That's you
Oh,
can tell
who
by the
mixed them up?
consistency. That's honey mustard.
Who mixed them up?
You did.
No, I'm pretty sure you did.
Allie, she's raising her hand.
Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense because that one, honey mustard and horseradish are next to each other. All right, try some honey mustard.
Wait, you're right. That's not chicken. This is chicken. I'll have some of the yellow.
There's not been much change in honey mustard in the last 80 years, or first time they came out with honey mustard, someone was like, oh my God, I've done it. Every other mustard has advanced except for honey mustard.
Who's the
It just
guy
all
that-
tastes like honey mustard.
Let's put honey in it. Shut up, girl.
You don't know anything.
We're not putting.
Get back in
honey
the
it.
basement.
Ugh,
So
sorry.
there's a restaurant back in the day I used to go to. It doesn't exist anymore. That had probably the world's greatest honey mustard.
Well,
But then you can go by like
Get up on the mic, I'm saying.
you can go like quality.
Okay.
And there are honey mustards that stand out above the rest, but they're usually like restaurant. Like you can't go get it somewhere else. It's something a restaurant makes. Or you can go by sheer quantity. By sheer quantity, there's still a restaurant that exists that is still like at the top of my list, and there needs to be one in Wichita, and there's not one in Wichita. If you haven't ate at one, we have to go eat it.
What is it called?
Fuddruckers.
Oh, yeah, I've never eaten out of Fuddruckers.
You never eaten one?
No.
They have buckets of honey mustard and nacho cheese.
Okay.
And like it's kind of like a build your own burger type of situation.
Okay.
And it's so cool, love it. But like we first went to him as a kid on vacation somewhere, and Allie's showing you videos over there. So
Okay.
when you get your burger and your fries, you get to go like add all your toppings, get your sauces, get all your things, and there's like a 5-gallon bucket of honey mustard. And as a kid, I fill like half my basket
Oh,
with honey
wow.
mustard.
Oh.
Like you just sit there and you pump it
Oh.
and just it wins on sheer quantity.
Nice one, Patrick.
oh, did you get that?
I did get that. All right, next one is jalapeno. And before we eat this, I have a problem with this one. Jalapeno is red and horseradish is green labels. Those colors are absolutely reversed. Horseradish should be red and jalapeno should be green.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if green's up for negotiation, it's like, yeah, that's
green
the
is the jalapeno color.
That's weird. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I
I'd
don't know
agree.
why either. But all right, try that one. I feel like this, I think, was my least favorite out of all the ones.
the jalapeno. Was
I
your
think
least
it
favorite?
was. Did
Wow.
this earlier, and I believe this was my least favorite out. It just doesn't have much of a anything.
That's got a good kick to it. It's got what I'd say is like legitimate jalapeno flavor. It's not what?
I don't know. I just don't think it goes with sausage.
Oh, wait, are we rating it on the sausage or just
Like
rating
how it
the
goes
sausage?
with the sausage.
I'd say I don't know.
There's
It
a
goes pretty
rubric.
well
Hold
'cause
on, wait a minute.
There's some sort of
spicy with spicy, and they amp each other up.
there has to be some sort of rule. All right, how have you had any of this with just this? Yes, you have.
Mhm.
How spice? Like, what would your spice level on this be?
On the hotline.
Just the hot link.
Less hot than the jalapeno mustard is.
So not very.
Because it's not
Okay.
very hot. It's
Very good.
got a spice to it.
And I don't remember at all what this last. Well, don't look. We were gonna guess.
I didn't. I honest don't know what it is. Couldn't read it fast enough.
Oh my god. When's your guys' anniversary?
Can't identify. That tastes more like honey mustard. What is that?
Just let the record be shown that John doesn't know how to identify.
What is it?
I don't know. It's sweet.
Right, doesn't it? Oh, it's sweet and tangy.
Yeah, sweet and tangy.
Yes. I got it the last second. All right.
Well, I got half of it.
You said half of it, but you didn't guess it. All right. Last thing we have for you. We made a video on stuffing off of your Walton's grinder, and we realized we hadn't had the dill brat, so we made up some dill brats. This is not dill pickle brat. This is just dill brat. Now, these are the 35 to 38 millimeter casings because
These are massive.
yeah. Well, to stuff on your grinder, you need to use a large
Oh, yes,
casing.
that's true.
So go ahead, try it. Tell me what you think. We put some Swiss cheese in it, so give it a little bit extra creaminess. I thought we had made this once before, and I wasn't impressed by the level of dill flavor in it.
It immediately like hits with like a little bit of essence, and then it just starts building, and that is good. I would fall on the floor if it had the tang of the pickle in it too. If it was dill pickle, but that is still absolutely amazing.
I think I'm with Patrick on this. I'd rather have dill flavor than dill pickle flavor or something.
Really.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting weird in my old age. I don't know. I don't remember which one. I think this is the Chipotle. Yeah, it's the Chipotle I'm dipping dill in. That's probably not the best combination.
So, out of everything, I think I just forgot we had the prosciutto too. I'd still probably say the dill brats are my favorite of all the stuff we've eaten, but out of sauces,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go combo between the horseradish and the hickory.
Okay. Yep. The hickory and the Chipotle were my favorites. And I
I didn't think there was enough flavor on the Chipotle. Did you think it was strong enough?
yeah, I thought it had a really good flavor to it. But all right, so continue to graze as you will as we go forward. Oh, you moved your little pink napkin I left for you.
What?
I left you a little pink napkin.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
I give myself a blue one. Blue is for boys.
You
Pink
could've-
is for girls.
You're the one that doesn't know how to identify.
All right. Quick question, has nothing to do with meat or anything. 12:30 at night, you're by yourself, driving along, pull up to say like 45th and Woodlawn, right, where they put those new lights in. Stop, red light. How long are you waiting before you're like, this is ridiculous, I'm going?
No one's there.
No one's there.
No one comes.
No one's coming, and you know it doesn't have a camera. But could be a trap. There could be a cop hiding somewhere.
It's a trap.
Probably about 3 minutes because
Oh.
I'd say like 2, but at 2 I would be like angry and furious.
Would you be
and-
gesturing?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then at 3 minutes I'd be like, screw this, I'm done.
Okay. All right, that's not bad. It's a good amount of time.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Patrick was like 3, maybe 4 or 5 minutes at the most. But yeah, I don't think I'm waiting longer than a minute at that point.
Dude.
There's
You
nobody
literally have
around.
no patience.
There's literally nobody around. Why am I waiting for this light? And the problem here is in Wichita, I don't know what you guys forgot to do when you were putting in light systems, but like other areas have sensors. They're like, there's no car coming. Switch. Wichita does not have that. I was
So-
coming back at 10, maybe 10:30 last night. I was on Rock and 39th, right up here by the Quick Trip. I waited at that light for like legitimately almost 5 minutes. There's something broken in that light. I mean, there were people all around, so I couldn't go, but it was making me really annoyed.
So some of the lights do have sensors. Sometimes they switch them off and put them back on timers. And sometimes the sensors just suck. There's that some of them they run on sensors through the day, and then at nighttime they'll put on timers. And it's like, why? Why'd you do this?
Should be the opposite.
I don't know. Just telling you what I've seen from
Wow, that's dumb.
driving around Wichita.
Yeah, that is dumb.
But there's one used to be, it was probably 143rd and I don't know if it's Central or 13th. One of the lights out over there years ago. I don't think it's this way anymore. Although I'm not out late anymore. Used to be like light over there at like between like midnight and 2. It would do what you're talking about. Like you'd have to wait 3 or 4 minutes, and yeah, I'm sure that statute of limitations is gone. But I've run that light
many times
because if it's a light that you know does it, like that light, people would come up to and just go because everyone knew that it was just going to sit there for 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
But if it was a brand new light, you didn't know the situation, I'd wait 2-3 minutes.
Okay. Now everybody's in here, and we want you to feel supported while we say this, but we're looking at retiring the dartboard for the live streams.
Oh no!
But retired might be too strong a word. We're going to add some options. I just feel like we've done it like 4 months, 5 months in a row now.
As long as we have a game of sorts,
it's time to move on.
I refuse to not have a game.
To not have something.
As long as we have a game, I can live with this.
So we've got a couple options, and what we think we're going to do is have one live stream where we have them all, and then let people choose. Like, hey, I want you try this, you try this. Here are the ones we've come up with so far. So darts would still be an option for a while, at least.
Okay,
for a while. We came up with something called shaker shuffleboard.
Shaker shuffleboard.
Where you're going to take a shaker, stand on one side of this table, and push it like you would a shuffle, and then we'll have scoring systems on the back side. Right? So it's how far in you get it.
We're going to salt the table?
We're not going to salt the table. You have to do it without that.
Can we salt just the front edge of the table?
I think salting is going to make it harder, not easier.
Hey, we don't know.
It's not. We can try.
I think it reduces friction and makes it more reliable. Because the friction
you have to get so much salt
uneven.
up there. We're going to be cleaning up salt for a month.
You say we.
And it's
we only have to pick one of us.
We can compete. We'll have some sort of competition.
The loser cleans up.
Whoever gets worse at shuffleboard. So that's one. Then Patrick came up with one where we take a thicker one of our plates and then roll it into some sort of receptacle because it's hard to get them to roll straight. Like they want to curve real easily.
Wait, like a grinder plate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a second, I'm thinking like the kitchen plates we got in the cabinet stuff here. I'm like,
grinder
what
plate.
are we doing?
And then it goes into like a cup or something on the other side, and that'll have like an amount written on it. The other ones we came up with were putt, like a little putting green thing. Was there another one, guys? Am I forgetting another one? No? I think that was it. Okay.
Maybe switch the darts to hatchets. Other than that,
I know you're all in on you didn't buy anything, right?
No.
Okay. All right, so we'll just keep.
Can I offer an idea?
Sure, go ahead.
Plinko.
oh, nice. But
There's no skill in Plinko.
That doesn't have to be skill. It's just fun.
All of these other games are skill, quote unquote.
Well, we already got the
bunny
we have a
ears
wooden
skill.
board. We can just get the plexiglass front, and then you do nails.
I mean, he
and
is
then you do
right.
something. Yeah, there you go.
You just want a Plinko board, is what it sounds like. We're gonna come in here, all ting, 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 just watching them fall. But again, no skill in Plinko. Although that would give the person the ability to be like, I want to put it in like slot number 4.
Control your own fate.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Okay. That's cool. All right, we'll see about that. Actually, you've talked me into that one more. My OneNote app crashes just constantly. All right, have you seen the preview for the most recent, or the Gladiator 2 coming out?
What?
Yeah, Gladiator 2 is coming out.
I was just complaining to my wife last night that no one makes good movies anymore. But that could totally change my opinion with one movie. Or are you about to crush my
Denzel
dreams?
Washington is in it.
Okay.
He's like the guy behind the Gladiator that he's using to like take down the system, kind of. Pedro Pascal. It looks pretty good. But one of the bad gladiators, the good guy's obviously gonna have to fight, comes out riding a rhinoceros.
What?
in the history of man, I don't think anyone's actually ever ridden a rhinoceros into battle. But okay, so say you could ride whatever animal you wanted into battle. What's more intimidating than a rhinoceros?
A hippopotamus.
No,
Absolutely, a hippo would
Hippo
destroy
is-
a rhino.
absolutely not more intimidating.
I disagree.
It's got a huge horn on the front.
You ever seen
and
a
it's-
hippo kill a man?
and it's armored. Like a rhino is armored. It's basically a tank in a wild animal form. I can't think of anything that I'd be like, uh-oh. Like you're riding an elephant. Yeah, people ride
Wait,
elephants.
But if I asked you the cutest baby animal, you also answer.
I also would answer rhino.
Okay,
Because
so that's my
they
reason.
So you
bounce.
lose now.
they
Yeah.
bounce.
I was just at the zoo on Sunday.
Okay.
So I think I'm most qualified in this group to
Oh,
answer.
okay. Yes. Yes.
And I'm still going with a hippo.
Okay.
Patrick, polar bear. They only
Polar
eat,
bear?
They only eat meat, so
That's a
there's
good one.
always gonna
Polar
be
bear's a
another.
good one.
Not that it's intimidating, but I almost rode a wild animal this weekend.
What was it?
When we were at the zoo, there was this massive, like, giant turtle, and I was threatening my wife. I'm like, I'm gonna hop this fence and go ride that thing
Jump
for 5 seconds, and then I come back. I did not. But
So is that the one where it's not really a fence? It's like it's open.
Railing.
Yeah, but it's got the horizontal railing in front of it.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
If
accessible.
it's the huge tortoise, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little area they have in that zoo. I mean, we have a good zoo for what we're. It was me. It was me.
Someone-
Darn it! It was me. See, so you did it. So yeah, all right. Totally thrown off now. I don't even know what to do.
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can
Ride-
continue.
We have to
riding,
restart.
riding into battle on a
Yeah.
fierce animal, Gladiator 2, Denzel
No, I got
Washington.
it. I got
Okay.
it.
He's professional. Please.
We're doing idioms. We haven't done idiom in a while. Do you want to guess at where the term beef comes from? Like to have beef with somebody? Like Kendrick Lamar and Drake are beefing?
Huh.
the
wrote
term
diss tracks
to
to each other?
have beef with one another. It must be when opposing cattle ranchers, their cattle gets into each other's fences and they have technically beef with one another. I don't know. That's my guess. What do you got, Austin?
So he took it seriously. No.
Dang
I'm gonna
it.
I'm gonna say that it's like back in the 1400s in like medieval times of someone's got beef with someone else. How? Why? I don't know. I'm just
Medieval
going I'm just going with a time
14.
frame.
Have you ever seen a
1400s.
movie called Green Street Hooligans? So it's a soccer movie, kind of, but it's really about like the gangs that form up around soccer clubs. And the only reason I bring that up is because the only reason I know what this is from that movie. It's something like, I guess it's a form of Cockney, and it's called rhyme and slang. So it dates back to old London when Londoners used to cry hot beef, which rhymes with stop thief.
What?
So, like, give me the bees would be give me the money, because money rhymes with honey, and honey comes from bees.
How factual is this?
I mean, I found it on multiple sites that this is where it comes from.
No one should ever use this term anymore because this makes no sense. It's a horrible.
But that's the whole
explanation.
thing. Like that
That's
was
disappointing.
so they formed this language to be able to talk around authorities without the authorities knowing what they were talking about. So if they were in jail and they said something like "Give me the bees," it'd be like "Give me the money," and again, money rhymes with honey and comes from bees. So that's where it comes from.
What? I'm
Don't
trying-
look it up. Don't look it up.
Londoners
No,
used
don't
to
double check
cry
me.
hot
There's no
beef.
reason to fact check me. This is
No,
a
I'm on the
debate.
I'm on
We're
the
asking-
exact
this
same
is a
website.
debate.
I'm on the exact same website, and it looks like a good website. So yeah, I would think it's true too. So it's probably not true.
Are you asking Copilot?
Oh yeah, we're asking the AI gods.
Like you're asking Copilot. I don't know.
No,
the
no, no.
origins of that.
I don't have a problem with you asking AI. I have a problem with you asking Copilot, the worst of all of the AIs.
No.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's definitely better than most of them.
You said
Which ones do you think it's better than?
Well, it runs off ChatGPT, so it's equal to but better because it has access to different information.
This
as well.
is the how
It-
Cricket's just as good as Verizon. No, it uses the same towers, has the same information. That is what I mean. I'm with you. I would use this too, but like everyone that uses Cricket, you're just like, yo, you think you're better than me, right?
That was excellent. That was absolutely excellent. All right. So, what is your co-pilot telling you over there?
They give like 3 options.
Are all 3 of them from
They say
old
it's,
London?
It's like a linguistic mystery wrapped in a flavorful metaphor.
Yeah, this is why we don't ask AI things. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what. Oh, I'm on the balanced version. You can choose more creative, more balanced, or more precise.
That's not the most creative one, and it said
Nope.
it's a linguistic flavor wrapped in a something metaphor.
Sounds like we're
So-
getting like an obscure baseball
Well-
stat. Who's got something for me? Come on.
The actual term is not, but the answers are. So one is Americanism from yesteryear, from the 19th century, tossing around the term beef to describe an argument or disagreement. Picture this: 2 folks, perhaps a tad burly, because beefy means muscular, going at it verbally. Maybe they were discussing the merits of cornbread recipes or the proper way to lasso a wild stallion. So having beef meant having a heated argument.
Yeah, no, that's
Blah, blah, blah.
terrible.
Sounds like it's guessing.
That's terrible.
I think
maybe could be, probably not. But hey, listen to this one.
So you might, I don't know, this has the word Cockney in it.
Okay,
So
yep.
maybe you like this
So
one.
that would be mine.
Now here's where things get interesting. Some folks speculate that the phrase might be tied to Cockney rhyming slang.
Yep.
You know, that delightful linguistic game where the words are swapped for each other. Is that the exact thing that you, okay.
So no one knows is what it sounds
Eat
like.
that last piece of prosciutto before I eat the entire package, but one piece.
I guess I can do that.
I can't believe you ate that. You clearly knew I wanted it.
Well, then eat it. I'm not eating it now. I'm eating brats. I like brats better anyways.
Oh, I can't believe you ate that.
All right. I didn't bring in the thing, so I was going to do the what did everyone cook today, but I didn't bring in the monitor.
Throw a hot leg, see if you can get it to land in my mouth.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Now, these are cut odd, so
dude, don't
if this
worry
ends badly, okay,
It's gonna cut me.
get elbow up, bring it back to the eye. It's just like darts.
Oh!
I hit his mouth.
I think it's a good thing I didn't eat it. I would have choked.
Yeah, that
You-
could have been bad.
Yeah, we would have needed CPR.
But that was I had the right angle, I had the right speed.
You crushed it.
You about threw it down his throat. Like
You're saying
you
I didn't-
should have tossed it at him. You threw it like a dart.
I
at
used
him.
a 5-iron instead of
It
a
got there.
90 degree.
Yeah,
Not 90.
90-degree wedge.
Yeah, 90. Doesn't go anywhere.
What do you guys put on mouth bruises? Is that
I think just ice.
Did I
maybe.
just chew
Maybe
ice?
some Bacetine. All right. I guess dill pickle was also featured flavor, but I did forget to tell everybody. I have a coupon for this episode, which is Dill, just Dill, which on any order from Walton's over $75 will get you a free bag. It'll automatically add it to your cart of the Dill Brat seasoning. So make sure you use that. We're also one ahead, so we're going to release 2 episodes this weekend or this Friday, and there'll be another coupon code in that we had thought was going to be released last week but didn't. So there's a coupon code in that I've changed the dates for, so it will be active for this weekend as well. So if you're looking to place an order, this is a good time to do it because we've got a couple of coupon codes out there and available. Also, in just a day or two, our summer sale starts.
Nice.
And then shortly after that, 11-pound stuffers.
Then it's gonna be Thanks Black Monday before you know it.
Oh,
God, that's
sweet.
fast. Whew. Years going by fast. Did I tell you that I saved a cat?
What?
Why would you do such an evil thing?
No, first of all, it's not evil.
Well, was it a big cat or a house cat? If it's
It
a
was
big
a house cat.
Okay, I don't care.
I didn't save. Once I tell you the story, it's going to be even less impressive.
What was? Were you the one that put it under duress? Like what happened?
No, well, I guess kind of my house. I was weeding on like Friday or something. I don't remember when it was. And I looked down in my well window. Like I didn't hear her cry or anything. There was nothing. I just happened to look down there, and I looked to one side and I looked over, and underneath the ladder is this little orange and white, whatever,
You go. Oh,
tricolor cat. And just staring up at me with a big white face. I was like, oh, great. How long
I now
you
have
been
to
down there?
save your life.
So I
Jeez.
took a picture of it and posted it to Nextdoor app. And I was like, if nobody knows whose cat this is, I'm going to put a board down there so it can climb out, because I don't want it dead down there.
Yeah.
So nobody responded saying it was theirs. So I put a board down there and checked like an hour later, and I'm kind of getting ready to just start like winding down. I don't tend to go right to bed anymore, just like wind down for a while. And I was thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna be in bed and it's gonna be annoying me whether or not it's still out there. Not that I don't care whether it lives or dies, but my biggest concern, like I just want it done with. I want it gone and no longer to enter my consciousness. So it's still down there. So I crawl down there with it and I climb down there. I try and get it and it just immediately, like not terrible. It didn't like swat at me or anything. It just obviously didn't want me picking it up. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's hurt. So I just sit down there, the thing for like 10 or 15 minutes, like occasionally petting it. Cause I try to bring water down. I'm like, maybe it's dehydrated. No, it was totally fine. It just didn't want me touching it at first. So after it like calmed down, I was able to pick it up and just put it right out. And it just scampered right off to the tree line and took off.
Dude, it's
But
like,
It
get
prob-
out of my fort. Please.
It probably
Yeah.
knew how to get out, and it wanted to be down there, and you removed it against its will.
so it must have been the fifth because I was like, I wonder if it got scared from fireworks and took off
Probably.
down there. Yeah. So real thought was it could be hurt, like jumping down there. Maybe it hurt its leg or something, but whatever. So, yeah, I mean,
What a hero, dude.
hero.
Genuine hero.
All right. So,
Hero of the game. Stand up, take a bow.
hero of the what?
The game. Almost at every live event locally, they do a hero of the game, which is just someone that like fought in like Desert Storm.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
I would know those things if I'd go out to live sporting
Yeah, you
events.
actually, you're not. All the stuff that they'd show during the commercials, you're just, I mean, you're
I'm
not missing
unaware
out.
of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very.
The amount of stuff that I'm unaware of that just happens in the world is ridiculous.
I love it.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm too busy as I drive watching like the tree lines for deer coming out or like dead dogs or things like that. Saw a dead dog the other day. It was sad. All right. Moving.
The harbinger of death saw something dead. You're
That's
kidding
what
me?
Hallie said. She said, "What is it with you and death?" It's like, nothing. Unluckiest bear in the world, an albino grizzly bear mistaken for a polar bear, gets sent to the Arctic
Oh, that's too bad.
5 times. 5 times.
This is a movie.
They took
right?
this poor bear, which was a grizzly bear, and put it up in the Arctic. So, first, it was a bunch of conservationists who knew nothing about albino grizzly bears. Like, it's not that.
How do you
Uncommon of it.
mistake the look of that? I feel like
Right.
grizzlies and polar bears look very different.
Very different. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's the right kind of color, sort of, but not really. I mean, you look at a grizzly bear that's all white, and you look at a polar bear; those are not.
Not the same.
Yeah, like the grizzly doesn't, or the grizzly has the huge hump. It's got a much different shaped head. Anyways, so conservationists initially grabbed it and put it up there. Where conservationists up there were like, "Hey, this this is not a polar bear. We've actually seen these things. We know what they're like." They sent it back.
That's great.
Conservationists again grabbed it and put it back. And this happened 3 more times. This poor bear. Oh my God, it's got to hate people so. I mean, now, pretty cool. It's gotten to ride in a helicopter a bunch of times. But
Dude, that's a cartoon. That is so
it's
funny to me.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the most insane thing I've ever read. And it apparently is 100%
Let's
true.
make that a children's book, and then we'll make it into a movie.
Wasn't there a white grizzly in Brother Bear?
I
In
don't know.
one of those Disney movies, there's because they called it a spirit bear, because that's what the Native Americans would call albino, whatever they'd be their spirit Wolverine. I don't know if there's such a thing as an albino Wolverine, but
They call them Hugh Jackmans.
that one fell a little bit flat. that one you didn't get out of the
No,
park,
flat
Patrick.
stand.
Sorry about that. All right, you ever heard of Baba Vanga?
Nope.
So Baba Vanga is some like Eastern European mystic, apparently. I want to read you
Oh wow.
the next couple thousand years. She's a blind mystic, yeah. The next couple thousand years of human history that she
Oh,
has.
yeah, I remember
written
hearing
out.
about this.
Now,
Yeah.
she's apparently also predicted 9/11. What was the other one? The Ukraine war. So in 2025, conflict in Europe will devastate the continent's population. 2028, humans will begin to explore Venus as an energy source. So within 3 years there, we're going to go from a world kind of war, at least a European war, to exploring Venus.
What energy
We're
would
going-
you want from Venus?
Right past Mars. We're not even stopping, paying attention. We're just going right to cold, frozen Venus. Then by 2033, the polar ice caps melt. 2076, communism will spread to countries across the world. 2130, we make contact with aliens. Pretty sure we've already done that. 2170, a drought devastates most of the world. Then we jump all the way to the year 3005, where Earth will go to war with the civilization on Mars. But nowhere in here did she describe that there was going to be civilizations on Mars. 3797, humans will have to vacate the Earth because it's become uninhabitable, and the end of the world is in the year 5079. So
Great.
we'll all be long gone by the time that happens.
And
I'm
by the
still
way,
be
sorry
kicking.
for the misinformation. It is 864 degrees Fahrenheit on Venus. So, anyways, please continue.
I said it was a cold frozen. What planet am I thinking of?
I don't know. You said that earlier. I was
Every
like,
other
this guy
planet.
can't.
Right? Isn't? Well,
Oh
no.
yeah, Venus
What's-
is in between Mars.
Venus holds the title for the hottest surface temperature in our
It's
solar
like when
system.
Bobby, what was his name? Who's the Asian comedian? It's like, you know what's
Bobby
cool?
Lee.
Yeah,
Bobby Lee, yeah.
Bobby Lee talks about. He's like, you know what's cool about Koreans is like no slavery.
Oh, and then
they call him
immediately
out on
the
it, and they look
most-
it up because they make him read. He goes, Korea has the longest unbroken chain
Okay,
of
he goes,
slavery.
you know what? Let's not. He goes, never mind.
Amazing. Yeah, that I was not only wrong, I was as wrong as it's possible.
I
to be.
stopped listening because I was like,
Just
well,
immediately
nothing
started
else
looking it
after
up.
this is done.
Oh God. All right, but we don't have the
Was
board behind us.
Was this Meat Matters or how are we tying this in? What is this?
I don't know. I just saw them. Like, we got to talk about that. Well, the red light question's not Meat Matters either.
I still don't know what that is. You're being very mysterious.
No, he literally asked a red light.
The red
you were
light
at the
question.
red light.
No, I
How
don't
long
remember.
would you wait there?
Oh, that's what you're talking about now. My brain.
dude.
Wow,
man.
Before
I left that.
I didn't waste time idea that. I already had the
Yeah,
conversation.
I already asked him that question.
And
So
I was
when I
like-
said red light and he didn't get it, I'm like,
Dude, people
How
just
you know?
associate that with something as like, I'm gonna ask you something like kind of like red tapey, you know, like secretive or something,
Or like
it's,
red
or
light
it's, or it's
green light.
under
Yeah.
wraps or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
all right, let's jump into Meat Matters. Malay's shock therapy sends demand to beef to a 110-year low in Argentina. Don't read any more of it. What countries do you think eat the most beef per capita? You have to name both of them.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Beef.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
The password is Argentina.
Or
I mean,
a
it's-
Cockney rhyme and slang.
It's got to be two of the three: U.S., Brazil, and Argentina.
Okay, you have one of them there, and it's not, or it is Argentina. That is number one.
Okay.
The other two are not number two.
You could either. Well, I don't know who's the neighbor to Argentina.
Okay,
Chile.
no.
I don't know. I don't know my South American countries.
I told the guys earlier that you have to think of the South American country that you think is actually in Africa when you hear about it by the name.
He's just
South
trying to
Africa.
confuse
No, South Africa is in Africa.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
You said the one you think is in Africa, so I'm going to use the name of the one that is in Africa.
Uruguay. I always
Okay.
thought Uruguay was in even I think through high school. I don't know when I learned that Uruguay is not actually in Africa. But yeah. All right. So anyways, Argentina, famous for its chart-topping consumption of beef, has made a surprising pivot towards cheaper chicken as households try to stretch their dwindling paychecks. I can't talk.
Chart topping usually only here with like music. They're talking.
Yeah,
taking
no,
it to
this
a
is
different level.
beef sales, baby. Beef demand is forecast to drop below 45 kilograms or 99 pounds a person this year, the lowest in data going back to 1914. This is according to a report by the Rosario Board of Trade based on government data. That would mark the first time Argentina's demand for beef is essentially on par with chicken, which has been growing in popularity across the globe. Halfway into President Javier Milei's first calendar year in office, Argentina is mired in a deep economic recession after he devalued the country's currency and eroded shoppers' purchasing power. Sounds kind of familiar. Pork and poultry cost roughly half as much as beef. A greater awareness of the importance of balanced diets has also driven more families to choose poultry and pork. I feel like that last one, whoever's writing this article just doesn't like beef and threw that in there. That said, Argentines together with their neighboring Uruguayans, are still comfortably the planet's biggest beef eaters. So
That's
basically, if
crazy.
you have the money for it, you're buying beef.
But
That's just what happens.
Do you think that the same price relationship exists here? Is chicken half the price of beef?
Less than.
Like, what are we comparing then? Because, like, I just bought.
Breast to steak.
Oh,
What else would you compare to?
I'm just gonna say, what's your average standard thing, or what's easiest? I don't know. Ground chicken to ground beef.
Nobody buys ground chicken, though. I mean, not nobody, but very few people
Okay,
go
what's
buy ground
what's
chicken.
the largest quantity of one most common thing to the most common of the other? So you'd be talking chicken breast, or
Breast to
something to
ground
ground
beef.
beef.
Yeah,
But how much are chicken breasts?
$2.19 a pound.
I got ripped off.
What did you pay?
I don't know. I was at Target this weekend, and I needed food. I was buying like food for dinner. Like I just wanted something different than what we had at the house.
So how much did
And
you
so
pay?
I want to say I spent like $5 per pound for like 1.3 pounds of like chicken breast.
Okay, we
think
have
it
to
was-
look this
now
up
it
because
was-
I am also the person who just said that Venus was a frozen cold rock. So we should look this
How
up.
about like it's the second planet next to the sun, and you're like, man, that is just
That is a cold place. All right, average price of chicken breast. Looking it up. Look it up. It says, oh my God, it's gone up to $4.
Yeah, Tyson all natural fresh chicken breasts, $4 a pound.
mother.
So-
God.
That's insane.
What's ground beef? I haven't bought ground beef in a while because I've been buying whole muscle filling it because I had a lot of ground beef left over from the half that I had bought, but I want to say that you can still get ground beef for $5 a pound. Is that right?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
I'm gonna pull up Walmart.
I just was not aware of how much chicken breast had gone up, apparently.
Yeah, for a 1 pound chub, $4.84 a pound.
Okay. So they're close to 1-to-1. Even though, all right, now do it versus steak, though. Right? Because it's a whole muscle cut.
Yeah, but that's not apples to apples. Yeah, it's whole muscle, but it's not. Steak is so hard to come by. Like comparative, there is so much ground beef
Right.
compared to steak.
Yeah.
What's the most prevalent? Because if you have more of something, it's going to cost less. So the most prevalent part of chicken is going to be chicken breast.
Now, in my mind, whole muscle cut versus whole muscle cut is how we have to look at it. So, anyways, in this single podcast, I've managed to be as wrong as you possibly can on two things. I less than half the price of chicken, and I called the hottest planet the coldest.
Yeah, you're not to be trusted.
I'm not on. I'm not. See, there's the third person. That told me
So
that
I
in
was
no
going to
time.
ask you in that conversation. The only thing I could think of is like if you were to pick a farm animal to hang out with all day, which animal would you pick?
Regular farm, like we're talking standard U.S. farm.
standard U.S.
Standard
farm,
US
something
farm.
that like you could see, in the movie Chicken Run or something. Or
I mean, this is the boringest answer of all time, but dog.
that does no.
Dogs are on
You
farms.
misunderstood.
Dogs
you
are
misunderstood.
always
the
on
question.
farms.
Dump in
A
the
farm
question.
animal, not a.
Answer the question.
Probably a. I could see benefits to both a pig and a cow. I think I'd go with the cow.
I'm going goat, baby.
No, they smell so
No,
bad.
that's the dog of the livestock world. What are you talking about?
Why do we say that?
Size, relative size, the way that their behavior is probably most, and you can hang out with them. There's not too terribly amount of flies, and the smell is limited. Where like the cows, the
cows?
pigs.
Pigs, maybe.
When was the last time you went to the zoo? Don't zero expertise. He wants to bring it to it. Once again, you're just dead.
Austin, tell us which
dead
animal has the most flies.
wrong today.
As the most qualified person to answer this.
Most recently to go to the zoo. I don't know.
Let's check that stat. Come on.
There wasn't many flies out. Sunday was beautiful. The
Yeah.
high was
Oh
like,
my good
well,
lord.
until the sun came out. When the sun wasn't out, the high was like 70.
Even then, it
75.
was still comfortable.
I don't know. That sun was. There was no wind, and it felt like it was 95 degrees.
Today's the first day since July 3rd where I walked outside and I was like, oh, it's hot. Every other day I've been like, It feels awesome out here. I was driving home from somewhere last night. I had the window open and I just like had my hand out.
I wore a jacket yesterday.
It was perfect. I mean,
Even-
it was really, really nice
even
for
on the
July.
Yeah, even on the days that have been hot here, it hasn't been humid, and there's been days where the real feel is lower than the actual temp, and like I'm like that this is unheard of.
Okay.
Normally it's like 95, and you're like, well, I could bear that, but it's 110 real feel.
People are gonna not like us hearing or talking about this because the rest of the country's in like a serious heat wave. We just happen to
Really?
be, yeah. We just
We've
happen to be
had
in a pocket.
cool weather this year. It's been great.
been really nice. All right, moving on. 375,000 native animals killed by federal program in 2023.
Whole different
It's very different.
Pause.
Are we gonna address the situation or just keep flying by?
We're gonna keep moving right along.
How many tribes?
According to the
Come on.
report, the multi-million-dollar program last year intentionally killed 305 gray wolves, 68,562 coyotes, 430 black bears, 235 mountain lions, 469 bobcats, and blah, 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 blah. These figures almost certainly underestimate the actual number of animals killed, as program insiders have long lamented that wildlife services kill more animals than it reports. Okay. The main thing I want to talk about there is, wouldn't you start with the highest number? Why are we starting with 305 gray wolves?
Oh, it sounds cool.
Right?
They're like,
It's
oh,
just
wolf.
simply like, oh, the noble wolf.
Yeah. And what's embarrassing, they end on like one bobcat goldthwait, and then
Well,
there's not even, like,
they
a
actually
single-
end on 24,000 beavers, but I didn't care enough. To
Oh, you said 24,000 beavers?
Nope, didn't even say. I didn't even read it. That's when I said blah 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 blah.
Why do people think like wolves are such a more pristine animal than a coyote? Because
Yeah.
people are allowed to just go rampage on coyotes.
Kill all the coyotes you want.
What happens when wolves turn into that? But now wolves are like 4 times bigger than a coyote.
Yeah, it's.
Like
I don't know what it
yeah.
is with people and wolves. I think it's that we
They're-
think they're dogs.
They're cool. They look like dogs. They seem
Bears
they
are
seem
cool.
fun.
I don't
Oh,
want
yeah.
thousands of them running around.
But the safety aspect.
It's all
Right.
these-
Kinda like,
It's
yeah.
tie-dye T-shirts over the years, man. You go into a flea market, you can't see a wolf not on a mirror or
Yeah,
something, or a lamp, or
howling at
like,
the moon.
If someone lives in a trailer, there's buddy, hate to break it to you, there's a wolf somewhere printed on something nearby. Okay.
And maybe a dream catcher as well.
Oh, I guarantee you can't have one without the other. I'm glad you're talking about this. We could do a whole hour. You guys want to start this over for the third time and just riff on that?
All right. Do carbs produce a larger insulin response than fat or proteins? This is from Medical News Today. Now, most of
Hold
it.
on, I'm going to skip this portion of the podcast.
Well, here's the deal. I was going to I actually wrote out my thoughts on this, and I was like, I'll finish the article. And I'm glad I did, because most of it says exactly what we know. Glucose spikes your blood sugar the most. Proteins do it moderately, and fats not really at all. However, they did all of this by taking pancreases from people who had already died and had donated their bodies to
Please.
science.
Pancreas.
So, sorry, Patrick. Pancreas. About 9% of donors' pancreatic isolates responded more strongly to proteins than carbohydrates, and 8% responded more strongly to fats. So there are some people out there who will have a higher, or could, right? Because these are pancreases from donors. So maybe there's some other mechanism that goes on in the body that doesn't happen post-death. But
Does that mean their body's like reacting?
differently to fats than most people's, or proteins than most people, in
They're
the form of
sending
blood
out-
sugar.
They're sending out insulin because of that?
No, not insulin. Isolates. It's part of what they were testing for, but it is your pancreatic response to being introduced with either amino acids, fats, or glucose. So
That's interesting.
it is very interesting, and said it more and more. I think, at least, is I think everybody's just different. I don't think there is a diet that works for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Everybody's body functions differently, processes, I mean, from the basic level, just processes vitamins and minerals different,
Sure.
let alone the larger scale, like food of what you eat, but on the smallest level it does. So I think every level it
Yeah, I
does.
think there's something to ancestral eating. My problem is my ancestors are from 4 corners of Europe, so
Well, yeah. I mean,
So that means you get to eat all the food, right?
I guess.
I was gonna say I have a hard time eating my ancestors even when they're near me, let alone at other parts of the globe. So.
Ireland, Germany, Italy, and the.
I mean, it's skinny enough. Is there really a north and a south? It's like
What do you mean? Well, all right. So we have Ireland. We have, kind of Germany, right? Oh, Czechoslovakia and Italy. So it's like this.
Wait.
It would be like this, right?
The least trusted guy on the podcast is gonna tell us like, over here, here's where I'm from. No, you're not.
Bicycling brisket bandit.
How come you didn't
steals
say
30
upstate Germany?
just gonna keep
Patrick
talking.
is on this kick of me. Like, I'm no longer allowed to say I'm from upstate New York.
It's called a callback. So every month or so, I'll make a upstate joke.
But you've
So
made like 4 comments in the last week.
it's been a rough week, man.
So the bicycling brisket bandit, I just love the headline. This guy on July 4th, like the evening of, came and checked it out twice on his bicycle and then came back at like 3 o'clock in the morning and stole 2 17-pound briskets that were, I believe, fully cooked.
From where? Some random guys back.
Oh, no, a restaurant.
Oh, wow. Oh, they had like the big pit going
Yep.
out or something.
Yep. So he broke in the middle of the night and
He ruined
Actually
a
got
lot.
to
He
him.
ruined 4th of July barbecue,
Right.
For at least
and they didn't report it to the
300
police.
people. Oh, why not? They just let social media take care of them. Well, you found.
I mean,
out
there
about
is some,
Sundowns,
there is some good law
public
of the
shaming.
jungle, right?
They do that in some. I don't want to misspeak. Some Asian countries, but yeah, they'll like, and it's with nothing big. They'll do it with people who are late crossing the crosswalk.
Okay.
They take an instant photo of them, and then there's like a recent bulletin board of people that crossed when they should not have crossed. And you'd be surprised at how well that works because you don't want to bring shame to your family.
In this country, we treat it as a scoreboard.
Yeah.
It's like, I was up there 14 times last week. You guys are falling
Those are
behind.
rookie numbers, yeah.
Nah, it's not going to work for us. All right. We're going to jump ahead and skip the last few stories because we have to get to wild card. It's actually pretty important. So, what went on with sharks this past week?
They probably attacked people because
They
it
had-
seems like it's just increasing and increasing.
Some sort of meeting where they're like, no, these things have been in the ocean long enough now. We've warned them a few times. They keep coming in here. This is our turf. Get them out. They are eating attacking a ridiculous number. There's 4 attacks at San Padre Island. The same day, there were 3 attacks off the coast of Florida. This girl in Texas on the South Padre, she lost her entire calf. Do you look at the picture? You look at that picture.
It's blood. There's blood everywhere.
There's nothing. There is no calf muscle left. It got her entire calf.
Oh, that's what the zoomed in part. I didn't realize that. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have put that on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Look at that.
I didn't know what you're trying to. I thought you were just trying to show the blood. That's
No.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Could
she's
you
got
pass
no
out?
calf left.
Could you pass out on the podcast? That'd be great for
Could I
numbers.
pass it? What do you mean?
No, him.
Oh,
Can
pass
Austin,
out.
Austin pass out.
Look
Yeah.
at it more. Look at it
No.
more.
It's hard to make me queasy, but oh my gosh, that's bad.
So Mason showed me that. He's like, hey, have you seen this picture yet? I'm like, yeah, I saw a picture. He's like, no, have you seen this picture? Show it to us. Like, ooh, that whole thing is gone.
You're way too excited over this.
I know, but you can even see the shape of the shark's mouth. It looks like a cartoon's
Yeah.
version of a shark bite. It's
Oh
perfect.
man, that's bad.
It's absolutely
I don't
perfect.
think I've seen that. Though.
Nantucket visitor shares jaws dropping video of shark eating entire seal right next to the shore. Now, what I really want to show here is look how close that is to the shore. I mean, we're not talking about even a couple of yards away. We're talking a couple of feet off the shore. This thing is fully eating a seal. So there's the waves breaking. There is the shark. So if you think you're safe,
That's wild.
if you think you're safe 4 feet off the East Coast, you are not. It gets deep quick in some places, and that's where those sharks like to be. And if you were in the water instead of that tasty seal, it'd probably go for you. Idaho hunter cleared after fishing game misidentifies grizzly bear as black bear. So what happened is this guy had a camera set up over a legal black bear a legal, so allowed. I know sometimes when I say legal, it sounds like I'm saying illegal. Black bear baiting area. Took a picture, sent it to Idaho Fish and Game, and was like, "Hey, am I good to kill this? Is this black bear? Is this a grizzly?" And they're like, "No, it's a black bear. You're good." Turned out it was a grizzly, and he did the right thing. He called them immediately. He was like, "Hey, I just shot a grizzly. I thought it was a black bear." Eventually, they got it all straightened out, and apparently the guy was super cool about it. Like even apologizing to the guy who misidentified it, saying, "I'm sorry, I put you through this stress. I thought it was a black bear too." But yeah, he got arrested for that. So,
That sucks.
How is it a fine, or does he have to do any jail time?
Nope. He has nothing he has to do. Man with 100 live snakes in his trouser caught at Chinese customs. There's a joke in here somewhere. I can't get it. There's a joke in there though. I thought about it for like 4 or 5 minutes. It's like there's something in here. They were all in plastic bags, so it's a little less creepy, but still, you felt those slithering around.
Yeah.
Like you felt them moving in those bags.
Why? I don't understand people.
For the very last thing of the podcast, I feel like I don't know if this is something that we need to really include. So we're going to say goodbye, but then I'm going to play this. And if you want to hang around, at least on the YouTube version, we can all listen to it together. Okay. Why are you not working?
I'm going to insert
Come
a
on.
jump scare.
Come
right
on,
here. This
Kiko,
is
man.
wild.
You know what Kiko Man is, right? Kiko Man soy sauce? It's like the brand of soy sauce. If you've bought soy sauce in the past, you've bought Kiko Man. Wait, it says, he came from the planet of soy, warrior of justice. The second you pour soy sauce, food becomes incredibly delicious. Destroy all foreign sauces. Take this killer, Kiko Punch. Gotta have soy sauce on sunny side up. Kiko Man, Kiko Man. I don't understand why this is the only portion that's in English. Where it says, show me, show you, Kiko Man. Everything else is in Japanese, I assume. Now he's standing on the top of the pyramids. So it's got actual soy. He came from the planet of soy. The cool guy, Kiko Man. Soy sauce is good for health. Smoking is bad for you. It can even kill bacteria. I don't think that's true. Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, what suckers?
The second verse slaps, dude.
Take this killer Kiko beam. I said, gotta have soy sauce for omelet. Dog standing in the corner saying how stupid I am. Then we're back to Kiko Man, show me, show you, Kiko Man.
Dude, he loves songs like that.
All right. Now, here's the most controversial part of this entire video. That
Really?
right there is ice cream, sir. That is ice cream. Do they put ice cream or soy sauce on their ice cream in Japan?
I don't know. There was 500 other things in there that
No,
should not have been.
No,
in there.
that is the most
I
controversial.
think he's just letting you know that like
Everything
you
else
can
is-
put it on anything.
Doesn't
man.
matter what.
I have no idea what Kiko Man is still after watching this video. I'm not a soy sauce guy. I hate soy sauce. I don't like soy.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
like
right.
I don't like any of that stuff. So
This is back from when the internet was great. Do you remember badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom?
no.
Okay. Well, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still with us,
It's a special Patreon.
good luck for this. Oh,
Oh, what did
she
catch
tried to
on?
throw it.
What did it catch on? One of those bears tripped it. Those jerk bears.
Less sodium. It can't be better if it's less sodium. This false advertisement right here.
We used it, yeah.
Oh, you specifically got less sodium.
Yes.
There's a Kiko Man original.
Oh, this is a nonsense version.
Same BPM.
Some of us in the room are not deaf, by the way. You could turn the volume down a little bit.
It's for the viewer. I'm old, Austin. You don't remember this. Badgers, 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 badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. This part you might know.
I'm sorry. You said berries and what else?
You don't remember this? All
No.
right. I guess
He
I'm.
goes, let's try something else.
I guess I really am getting too old.
How about
All right.
like Charlie the Unicorn? It's a good old video. Have you,
You
seen
know,
that one?
Mountain.
Candy
What is it?
Mountain.
Candy Mountain. Yeah, you showed me that though. I had never seen that before.
Oh, see, we're just on different. We're in
You're-
different
yeah.
worlds. Then
We're in-
I don't know.
People's YouTubes are
Crossing.
probably the most unique thing. Like when you go to someone's like homepage of YouTube, like you can really learn a lot about the niche videos they watch. I don't want to say broad strokes or anything like that, but sometimes it's a good, like mine's heavy metal horror movies and
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans stuff. So yeah, you're gonna find it.
There's
all.
enough crossover in the Tennessee Titans that it bleeds over. Into
I
the
knew
Waltons ones.
he wants to laugh about that. I knew John got a new driver just by watching YouTube. the other day.
Yeah, there's probably nobody who's worse at forgetting to switch off the Waltons account than me.
Oh no,
So.
for sure.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for checking out the Meatgistics podcast. To shop everything but the meat, head on over to waltons.com. To get your meat processing questions answered by experts and enthusiasts alike, head on over to our online community at meatgistics.com. Waltons, everything but the meat.